Hey everyone, my name is Abby,
I'm Mac.
and we are here to do our very first travel deep dive podcast. And we are going to talk about our very first Europe trip. Specifically, like in this first episode, we'll talk about our travel plus the layover, all the way up to our final destination, which is Athens.
Yep.
Yep. So this is our very first episode.
Yep.
I'm excited at the same time, a little bit scared because I don't know, like I might make a mistake, I might say something wrong or whatever, but this is totally going to be an edited, unfiltered. We're going to do it 15 minutes. We're just going to be sharing everything, all the good, all the bad, everything in between. And if we end up making mistakes, it's okay. It's part. Our dog is just in the back.
I'm just tagging along.
As always. Anyway, we are going to first talk about our flight. So we travel through United. United is the airline, and originally our final destination is Athens. While I was browsing different flights from SFO to Athens, it is about like 1,500 to 1,700, which is a lot of money. So I was browsing online, like, is there any way we can save for like flights? And I found out what other people are doing is that they look for neighboring countries near their final destination and check out flights to like the neighboring country. And for this trip, we found out that Italy is like about 2 hours away from Athens, and there are cheap flights. So including our points, we were able to just like pay 400 plus for the both of us round trip.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Now you know. And then also, another tip, if you don't really mind visiting another country, it is recommended to look for a flight that has like a long layover. That way you can visit another country and save money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this trip, we have like a 6 hour layover in Germany. And what do you think about the 6 hour layover? Do you think like at least minimum?
Yeah, I'd say 6 hours would be a good buffer
Yeah.
to get out of the airport because it was definitely an adventure for us.
Hmm.
The full
Yeah,
6 hours.
I did hear like the travelers in front of us. They were mentioning that they have 4 hours, and they're planning to still like go out and see Frankfurt City or like the town center. But for me, I think 4 hours is a stretch because you have to go through immigration. Number one, you don't know how long the line will be. Of course, it's pretty fast, but the line was pretty long. I think we waited 20-30 minutes in line, and then after that we have to like navigate and find the baggage locker so we can leave our stuff. Also, if I think we paid for 3 bags, we paid about 30 euros to leave our bag there for like about, I'd say 4 to 5 hours. And so yeah, if you're planning to do that, and if you're really trying to save up money, then maybe try to consolidate your bags so you don't have to like leave so many bags and pay so much more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, what do you think about the Germany airport?
Germany airport's nice.
Frankfurt.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think where we struggled the most when we got out of the airport was the transportation. The transportation was pretty straightforward. It was just the translation was
Yeah.
tough because there was nothing in English, so we had to ask for directions.
There's a little bit, but not every sign there's an equivalent of like English. Like even the train ticket, everybody can like, I mean, almost everyone that we ask for help there in Germany, they can speak English. It's just that, for example, like when we bought our tickets, there's no English. Like I think the English part is not working on the machine.
I think it was just a machine.
Yeah, and then when we got our tickets, like it's like all in German. And then I thought it's like, oh, is this the direction where I'm headed? But it actually meant like single adult ticket. It was just like funny because I was asking everybody, where is this one headed or something like that. But other than that, like it's pretty straightforward. And the good thing why it's super easy if you have a long layover in Germany to get out is because there are trains basically like at the airport. You just have to walk for a little bit, and like I think down there's like the train. So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty convenient. So we took S8.
Yeah, you could take if you're in Frankfurt to get to the main town, main center. It's either S8 or S9.
And the same, you're gonna take the same train going back
Going back,
to
yeah. S8 or S9.
yeah, S8 or S9.
But do keep in mind, make sure you take the S8 or S9 in the direction that you want to go to. So if you're going back to the airport, make sure it's headed towards the airport, because we found out the hard way.
Actually, it was so we've never felt so lost in a country, because like we've been to countries that like people don't speak English. So like in Peru, like a lot of people don't speak English there, but it's different because we can pick up like little words here and there. But then in Germany, it's just we've never been that lost. Maybe it's also because like if you factor in we have just like limited time, we have to be back to make sure we are not going to be late to board our flight to Milan. So it was a lot of stress, but then looking back at it now, it was fun. So, but anyway, so that's it. We took the train. We went to Frankfurt City. I mean, like their main town, and it's actually pretty beautiful. And there's the good thing is that so we made the wrong stop. Like we
Oh yeah, we stopped like
one stop too early.
one stop too early.
And then
And we ended up walking towards where we were.
about
actually
20 minutes. It's not bad.
And it was a good 20-minute walk.
Yeah, it was a good 20-minute walk. We were able to see a lot.
It was more of a scenic walk.
Yeah, and like it was a very scenic walk, and at the same time the weather was good. It was sunny, so we were able to see a lot. And the great thing about Frankfurt City is that there's so many spots that you can visit just within like I don't know, like within a mile radius, because like there's so many, like the Gothic church, the Lovers Bridge, and like even the center. It's like so good to just like we decided to eat lunch there, and it's a really good spot to like people watch.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you recommend the restaurant where we eat, or you just like want to tell people to like find restaurants within the center?
Yeah.
Or the city square. I don't know what it's called specifically.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I had some good apple cider. What did they call it?
Apple wine? I
Apple
can't
wine?
pronounce it. They have like a German name, like Apfelfin something, but I can't
That's what they're known
pronounce.
for. So they had some beer there, but since I was in Germany,
Yeah.
then I was like, might as well try their apple
It was
cider.
it was like an apple wine, I think.
Yeah.
Apple wine. It is so good because it is like a combination of a sparkling wine plus beer, but it's very light.
I think it's 5%, right? 5%
I'm
alcohol.
not sure how much, but it's very light. It's very fun and refreshing to drink, and very, I don't know, like I enjoyed it. And normally I'm not a beer person, so that's something that we recommend people to try. And then I also tried like their hot dog. They're very popular with their hot dog sausage.
We definitely tried their schnitzel.
So we didn't know that schnitzel is pork cutlet or something like that. But then there's like different options, and what it meant was like just different sauce. Yeah, and then what do you think about the people in Germany? People in Germany.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it was nice. We asked for directions. They were able to answer back.
There was one lady though that like stared at me from head to toe.
Oh yeah, she probably she just probably.
I think she's just shocked that I'm like super lost.
Or
and
she probably struggled to speak.
Oh, maybe. So. But it was also funny because like we were kind of lost already at that time, so I probably looked super stressed. But yeah, so I think that's what we did. We were like walking around. There's also a lot of souvenir shops if you feel like you want to get a souvenir before heading back. So we bought like just a Frankfurt, like the little, I don't know.
What was the name of the town?
I forgot.
Starts with an R.
Romberg.
Romberg?
Hold on. Let me look it up. Romberg.
Yep, Romberg.
Romberg, Frankfurt. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Rommerberg.
Oh, Rommerberg. Yeah,
sorry, we are just so bad at names. Yeah, and also one thing. I feel like if we did more research for this trip, we would be able to like really navigate better. But we did not. Because like it was, we have so many places to visit, and this is our first Europe trip, so we're kind of like, if we get lost, it's gonna be fun, so like we don't really mind, we're gonna be fine. So that's why we're kind of like, but we still had fun, we still had really good lunch, we got to see a lot of stuff, and yeah, it was a really fun adventure. And at that time, especially going back, is like, that's like the most stressful part of this like little layover, because going back, we took the wrong train, and if I didn't ask the guy, we would have missed our flight really back to Italy, and that's gonna be like another $500 per person to go to Italy.
Instead of getting closer to the airport, we're going further and further from the
We're
airport.
getting further and further, and then it's like, I think we took another train, and then we stop, and then we walk really quickly to make sure we don't miss the second train, but then we missed it, so we waited, and then we finally took the right train back to the airport. So that was a lot. And not only that, once we arrived at the airport, we couldn't find where we left our bag, because
Oh yeah. Now we had to find where the.
because there were like 2 baggage lockers, and then whenever like I asked, I saw one staff from like the airport and asked, do you know where the baggage locker is? And the guy was like, oh, there's 2, which one? And I don't know, for some reason I didn't show the guy my ticket, so he was like pointing me to the other one, and then we basically got separated.
Yeah, I mean, we went back to where we started. Well, I went back to where we started. I looked back and she's gone, nowhere to be found. And then I'm in Germany. I think all my wallet's with her, everything. So I was like,
You have your phone.
okay, I have my phone. But my phone dies. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, so I was.
Yeah, and then, well, at least also like in Germany, if you guys use T-Mobile, you have internet. So I'm like, I'm not worried. I'll be able to find Mac. But then what happened was that he was walking real fast. He walks real fast, by the way. And then while I was going down the elevator, I saw 2 staff that were helping another tourist like navigate. So I asked them, and they pointed me to another direction. And Mac was like so far out, and I'm like, okay, I think he's checking the other baggage locker. So might as well I check the other baggage locker, because our time was super limited. The moment we got our bags, like the plane was like really like boarding the moment we got there, so it was like super intense. So I'm like, I gotta go, and then I just called him and like, let's meet at the boarding gate. That's what happened. Yeah. So I think after that, after our adventure in Germany, we just took the plane to Milan, and then yeah, we stayed in Milan for one night. It was also an adventure.
Yeah, it was nice. It was one night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was good.
In Malpensa.
Yeah, I mean, we arrived in the evening, right? So
Yeah.
we were planning on, because we arrived in Malpensa, which is about a 50-minute train ride from the center of Milan.
Milano.
Where everything's at, like the Duomo. Yeah. So we ended up getting picked up by our Airbnb host. What was her name?
Elena. Yeah, I will be linking, because this video will also be on YouTube. So I'll be linking like some of the Airbnbs, because this lady, she was very helpful. She lives really close to the airport, like about 15 minutes. And then, she picked us up. We stayed overnight at her place. And I think the only downside is that it is so quiet there. There are restaurants still, because the good thing about Italians is that they're up late.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's wrong with quiet. I think the issue was the transportation.
The issue is transportation. Yeah, it's good that it's quiet, but it's just like no transportation. Like the Uber, for example, you can get an Uber for like $50. I mean, €50, and even if you're only gonna go like 5 minutes away, it's still like around that much. So getting a taxi at night is quite of a challenge in that area, which is like about 15 minutes in around Malpensa.
Yeah, luckily, I started searching for some alternatives to Uber, because we couldn't get an Uber. But what did we end up getting? We ended up getting an Uber, right?
We did end up getting an Uber,
but it took a while.
But it's like through a third-party taxi service.
So yeah, we got an Uber, and then took us to the train station to get us to Milan.
Because we were going to go to Milan.
Because we were going to go to Milan. And then once we got to the train station, there was no rides, right?
Yeah, there was no rides. It was canceled. But on the phone, like on the website, it shows that there is a train going to Milan. But it's okay, because we would have like we would have been super super tired if we went, and we have like an early morning flight to Athens anyway, so we pretty much went to bed and we had dinner.
We ended up just searching, what's nearby because we haven't had dinner yet. So there's a few restaurants nearby, walking distance. So we ended up choosing this pizzeria. And it was amazing.
Wine. Yeah, I had wine. He had a pizza.
Authentic Italian pizza.
Yep, and then he was.
That was the first time. Well, yeah, actually, that was the first time where I realized, once they served the pizza. Well, first I was ordering pizza, and I was, I wanted something with a lot of meat. And I was looking for pepperoni, and I was like, "Is there anything here that has pepperoni?" And the waitress was like, "Well, our pepperoni here is a vegetable, so the closest thing to your pepperoni would be salami." So I was like, "Okay, I'll get that. I'll get the spicy salami." And once I got my pizza, I looked at it and it wasn't cut. So here in America, we're so used to the pizza being sliced when served. So when I got it, they pretty much just served me fork and a knife. So I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is how it is here in Italy. This is actually how it's supposed to be." So, and after that, I was, I guess it was.
And it's not for sharing. Like the pizza is like just for you if you order. It's like your size. I mean, you can share it, but obviously it's like, one person can finish it. And he was like looking at me. He was like, "I want ranch. Should I ask for ranch?" And I told him no. Like ranch is a very like American way of eating pizza, so I was like, no, just enjoy it as is. But it was good, and I had pizza as well. I think I had a calamari, so there's like, calamari in it, and it was pretty good. So after that, again, it's a little bit of a challenge to get an Uber, so we walked back to our Airbnb for 30 minutes, and I needed to go so bad. So it was like brutal. We were like walking, like that was 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
No issues though. I feel very safe. Like I mean, at that time I felt very safe. Like no issues with the walk, and it's pretty easy to navigate. But it was a long walk, like 30 minutes walk back to our Airbnb.
I mean, it was a nice experience. It was more of the rural side of Italy.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
like at some point I was like, am I in like Bohol? Panglao Bohol? Because like you can see a lot of like different, I don't know, but like fields. Yeah, that's the term. But yeah, other than that, we really enjoyed. And Elena and her husband, they're very nice. They actually end up, the husband actually ended up driving us back to the airport.
At 5 o'clock, right? Was it 5 o'clock?
At 5 o'clock a.m., very early. Because we decided to like take a really early. Wait, was it 5 a.m.? Like around that time. But yeah, it was nice. He couldn't speak English very well, but he was still very nice. He's like putting on a very big smile on his face at 5 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, the weather was okay. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't hot. We were walking. We were fine. No issues. Yeah. But it can get cold if it's like a little misty, but it was okay. It wasn't raining or anything. So I think, what else? Any takeaway? Do you have any regrets about how we did the thing, like all our travels to Athens?
No regrets at all. I think that's the way I'd rather it go. It's just, just trying to find your way.
Yeah, because a lot of people would rather like immediately land at their final destination, which is ours is Athens. But for me, all of the side trips that we did, like Germany and staying one night in Milan, it was fine.
I think it was also able to help us cut the costs, right?
Yeah, it was able to help us cut the cost. But also the thing is, I kind of messed up with our flights because I thought we're arriving in Milan at 5 a.m., but turns out it's like 5 p.m. Like, a little bit of hiccup, but it's okay because we were able to like find a really cheap Airbnb. Like I think it was €70 and pay them to like also pick us up and take us back to the airport. So it worked out just fine. And we got to like eat a like just a little like pizzeria on the side, and it's a nice experience. I feel like it's very authentic, and that's like how I want our experience to be. Like not that curated. So yeah, I think we're almost 20 minutes. So I think that's it. So I think every episode we're going to do 20 minutes only and talk about our experience. The next one will be about Athens.
Yep.
Yeah, anything to add?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We're excited to be doing this, and this way we can talk about our experience, relive it, and also like tell you guys about what we recommend and what our regrets are, and yeah.
And hopefully help others that are planning to do the same thing.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching or listening. Bye.